Hello friends, welcome to a brand new series in digital signal processing. In this tutorial series, we'll talk about filter realization and we'll keep our scope limited to IIR, infinite impulse response, and FIR, finite impulse response filters. Filters are two-port networks and they are characterized by their transfer function. By that I mean that if this box is a filter and we give it an input x and we get certain output y, then the ratio of y upon x, output upon input, preferably in z domain, will be the transfer function of the filter, and most of the times will be given with this transfer function h of z directly, or will be given with y and x, and we'll need to find out this transfer function, and this transfer function will help us predict whether the filter is a low pass filter or a high pass filter or band pass, band reject filter, stable or unstable filter, so on and so forth. But another thing that we can do out of this transfer function is to realize the filter. By realizing, we mean that we can construct the filter from its basic components so as to function like this expression, which is the transfer function. So a typical transfer function h of z could look something like this. It is some expression of z in the numerator and some expression of z in the denominator. Now, in order to make a filter out of this transfer function, we would need some components, or which are known as the building blocks of a filter. Let's see what are the basic building blocks of a filter are, and then we can proceed on to make the filters or realize the filters, which is also known as the structuring of filters. Different types of filter structures are available, and we'll see each of them one by one. So there are primarily 4 elements which are involved in the building of a filter or designing of a filter. And what are they? The first one is an adder block. Then we have a unit delay. Then we have unit advance, and then we have finally a constant multiplier. So any filter design that you see, that could be the direct form 1, direct form 2, cascade, parallel, lattice, ladder, it'll all those filter designs will have these components for sure. So these are like the building blocks of a logic circuit. An adder is represented using this circle with the cross in it, and it has certain inputs going into it and some output coming out of it. It could have 2 or more inputs and an output, and whatever signals are being given to this adder block, it will simply add those 2 signals. Then we have another block which is known as a unit delay, which is represented using a rectangle with z inverse written in it. So if you give a signal x of n, it will be unit delayed, and what we get at the output is x of n minus 1. So it provides a unit delay in the signal. Next we have the unit advance, which is again represented using a square or a rectangle, but we have z raised to the power 1, which will give me x of n plus 1 if we give an x of n as input. And finally we have the constant multiplier. It is depicted on a wire using this small little buffer kind of a triangle and some constant multiplier on top of it. So if you give an input x of n, you'll get x of n multiplied by a of n. In many cases you would need to multiply the signal with some constant value, which will be often less than 1. So what you can do is you can simply write the constant multiplier, let us say 1 by 3 here, and your signal will get multiplied by that.